Hey, welcome to All Rev Tech. Chris Eischen here. I wanted to talk about what it looks like to start your own business. So it's a little simpler than you might think to get the paperwork and everything else started. You literally can go to your local state website and you look up EIN. You're going to need an EIN number. I'll write that on the board actually right here because you're going to need an EIN number, right? EIN. That's going to be a number that they're going to give you once you apply for. That's going to get basically your federal tax ID. That's what that's going to be. And so you'll get that. That's what you'll need to start a bank account and get you moving forward. You're also going to want to make sure that you get your state license, any sort of state license that you may need a vendor's license. So whatever state you're in, you're going to want to look that up. If you're uncomfortable with looking it up and doing the work yourself, I really highly advise hiring an attorney. It's not too expensive. I think I paid $1,200 to have the attorney file everything. I gave her the $1,200, told her what the business was, everything. She filed everything I needed. She also set me up with the person that I needed for the insurance that was required for my business. And that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs don't think about, that there's different types of insurance that you need to have in case somebody tries to sue your business, tries to take something happens to your business, right? Something happens to you. So there's things that you can get insurance wise that are very important when you're running a business. So there's the main support that you're going to want to really get some help with is your accountant. They're going to be setting your books up, helping you figure out what column each of your debits and your revenue are in and how that works so that you know how to properly pay yourself. They're going to set that up so that you're paying your taxes. One of the first mistakes I ever made as an entrepreneur was around taxes. And, it cost me thousands of extra dollars. If I would have just taken the time and just paid that extra fee to the accountant, I wouldn't have had that problem. I wouldn't have had to worry about it. So it's really something, if it's something you can't afford, you can do the research, you can read about it and figure out how to do it on your own. It's just, there's a lot in there. The United States tax code, in my opinion, is like ridiculous. There's so much to know and it's always changing, and it's literally a full-time job to keep up on all the different changes. So as the entrepreneur, the reality is we have so many other things that we have to pay attention to and to focus on, that really it's worth the value to pay these people to manage these things. So you're going to want to hire an accountant, some level of tax attorney, if you can get them to, where they're both perfect. If not, have both, but have one look over the other, those work, so that your business, whatever your business is set up in the way that's going to give you the best return. Because a lot of times with businesses, whether it's set up as an S corp or as an LLC, depending on how you want to get paid and the level of revenue that's pumping through your business, it might change the way that you structure the formula of your business. It might be an S corp that pays you a salary, and then at the end of the year you get a big lump sum profit sharing thing, right? Or whereas you're an LLC, you're just pulling that, whatever the profit is, that's your salary, right? So and then you're going to pay taxes all accordingly. So you want to make sure that you get that set up, because you don't want to end up owing this big tax debt at the end of the year and owing the IRS, because they will put you in jail. Wesley Snipes, super famous, sat in jail for not paying his taxes. So it's some serious stuff. So figure that stuff out. The other thing I would suggest is connect with local organizations such as SCORE. SCORE is, I'll put it up here. It stands for Service Corps of Retired Entrepreneurs. Okay, SCORE, Service Corps of Retired Entrepreneurs. What's awesome about this organization is this is people in your industry. So what you do is you'll find this local, you Google it in your local area, and they'll connect you to, phone number. You call the office, say, hey, this is the type of business I'm in or looking into, and they'll find a local retired entrepreneur from that industry that can come and give you guidance and support for free. This doesn't cost anything. So you can go and you can meet with them. They'll help you with your business plan, what it looks like to put that together, maybe get you thinking about things that you didn't think about before. So Service Corps of Retired Entrepreneurs is a great organization to start with. Otherwise, if you're not sure of local organizations and you can't find SCORE, reach out to your local area chamber of commerce. That is going to be your gold mine for local resources. They'll be able to connect you with Rotary clubs, maybe some really active BNI groups. I'll write that down too. So BNI stands for Business Networking International. Okay, so a BNI is a great group to go and network. What that is like, if I'm in insurance, I'm going to go to the BNI. I'll be the insurance guy. Let's say auto insurance, just to make it easy, right? I'm the auto insurance guy. There might be somebody there for life insurance, maybe somebody else that's there for property and commercial insurance or something along those lines, right? But it's basically a group of people in different industries that all come together, and then they share resources. So it's like, oh, I'm a real estate agent, and I'm going to work with this person in insurance and that person over there for financing, right? And provide all that. And we've got this like nice little synergy in our BNI group. But then also we can, recommend this other person, this auto detailer in our BNI group. And so then now you've got this group of all these different types of professionals out there promoting your business with you and for you as you promote theirs, right? So that's one real valuable resource is the BNI groups. If you can look them up, they're international, they're everywhere. The other one I was going to talk about is Toastmasters. I love Toastmasters for a number of reasons. One, it helps me become a better public speaker. I'm not using as many and I know I do it, but it's not as bad. Right? So Toastmasters not only helps me become a better public speaker, but what it's also doing is all of those other people that are in the room with me working on becoming better public speakers themselves. And the room that I chose, they're high level. These people are awesome professional public speakers. And so I put myself in a group that is high level so that I can, push myself to become the best public speaker that I can be. And by doing that, steel sharpens steel, right? So I'm surrounding myself with really skillful speakers. And then in doing so, those people are also big impactors in the world. They needed to go someplace to be a good public speaker because their job required it of them, right? Whatever that looked like. So they're also out in the world doing big things. And so now I'm networking with these people that are also up to big things in their lives and in their professional careers. So I'm creating a circle of influence through all these different well, not the EIN, that's the legal paperwork, but through SCORE, BNI, and Toastmasters, I'm really growing my influence by going to these different meetings. Rotary is another one. Your local Rotary club. I don't have much experience with the Rotary club, so there's not much I can share about it, but I do know that in Toledo, there are several Rotary clubs that are pretty active. They tend to be, from my experience, more of like a corporate club to where, so maybe you're part of marketing for different corporations. They all might get together at a Rotary. All these different like corporate companies, teams get together and network at the Rotary. I feel like that's more of what I see. But again, I don't have the experience, so I can't speak too much in depth into it. But if you're watching this video and you're part of a Rotary, share down below what exactly you guys have to offer, because I definitely want people to see the value of local clubs and all the different groups and organizations that can support them. Oh, Chamber of Commerce was the other one. I want to make sure I write that down so you can see it and screenshot it, do whatever you got to do. Chamber of Commerce, I would put links to all this stuff in the notes, but depending on where you live, city, state, county, all of these things can be different. So you're really going to want to look them up in your local area. And what I may be able to do is share some of the main like nationwide sites that then you can narrow down in the comments. So I'll look for that down below. So again, just a recap, if you're looking to start your own business, it isn't as hard as you think. It's not necessarily going to cost you as much money as you think. You don't need $50,000 to launch your idea. You don't have to start here. There's ways to start smaller. There's also ways to leverage the money that you may have to get going, that you can get loans and grants and different opportunities within your local government that can support you as a new business. So if money is your concern, don't let money be the thing that's stopping you from getting started, because money will come from different ways, can come from different ways. It's not always there available to you. I'm not saying that. However, there are programs, there are things that you can, get involved in, especially if you're minority, a woman-owned business, a Black woman-owned business, especially the government loves to have special programs for the minority groups in funding. So there's tons of grant money floating around there. Ever since COVID, it's really well funded in that area. So apply for grants, and if you don't know of any, by getting a part of these groups, they're going to introduce you to people that do know about those your local Chamber of Commerce. They're going to know exactly. In my area, Toledo, Ohio, our Port Authority, which who would think that the Port Authority would be a place to go for business support? But there's a lot of funding in the Port Authority. You got to think about, they're dealing with the import and exports throughout the city, right? So there's a lot of benefit for the Port Authority to work with you as well. So if you're launching that small business, it's not as difficult as you think. You can go online to file your EIN. That's what you really need to get your bank account open and to start, being able to cash checks. But these are going to be the groups. All of these are going to be groups that you're going to want to get involved with, network with. This is going to set you up to win. So if you're looking for additional revenue, getting in the community online is fantastic, but this is going to give you the support that you need to truly run the business itself, the back end pieces of the business. Whereas, you're the expert at the front end of your business, whatever that looks like, but these are the things that are going to help you make sure you're legally, established and set up to really win, and give you the ability to provide as much value as possible to your customers. So have fun. Good luck. If you have any questions, please leave them below.